Hey guys, Coach Dave here. Just finished up coaching the class outside in the morning, so we're really enjoying that. We've definitely got people on our stream workout too, but I thought I'd just talk about for a second uh, running outside and then the heat that we're experiencing right now. So this week we're averaging like 30 degrees, which is definitely getting up there. So I have a couple tips that can help you work with that. So first tip is going to be beat the heat. So when I spend a lot of time running long distance, the longer that you're running, the more of a consideration this is. But basically, people will try to either run in the morning or run into the evening. I find that the evening runs are a little bit harder because more stuff builds in your day, you get a little bit more tired, that kind of stuff. So I find the morning runs on fresh energy tend to be a little bit better. And then if you look on Google, you can actually see like a wave of temperature, so you kind of know what time you have to get up and like when that heat's gonna go, when that heat's gonna kick in and where you should start your run and where you want to be finishing or whatever, and that can help. So I usually say beat the heat, where the running at nighttime, it works for some people, but more people run a little bit lower on energy and the runs don't go as good. Second is a hydration plan. So if we're coming into a run and we're a little dehydrated or something like that, in moderate temperatures it's not as punishing. But when it gets hotter, we're going to have that water loss a lot faster, and our heart rate's going to be climbing a lot faster, and that's going to cause more sweat loss and all of that kind of stuff. So having a bit of a hydration plan as the temperature starts creeping up. Some people are more tolerant than other people. So basically, like on a hotter day, you might have to bring a little bit of extra water with that. One of the other ideas that you can do is, rather than running 10 kilometers from your house and back, you would do like shorter, like 5K loops or something like that, so that you could have a little like cooler sitting on your porch or something like that, and then make that your like fresh water stop or something along the way. It doesn't help for great like run speed times, but for training, it's my belief that you don't have to be perfect on that. I think you're better to kind of be protectionist and kind of make sure that you're ready to train another day versus like zonking yourself on a hot day. And then again, your hydration throughout the day building up to your run, or the night before if you're doing the morning, the morning run is definitely important. So if you wake up and you're a little bit parched, like you might actually see that might not be a great time for a long run, because you just can't get hydrated quick enough in that time to go out and do that. So that might be worth considering if it's definitely a really hot day and you're feeling like that. The last one is clothing. So sometimes there's definitely a balance, and so in the winter time, we kind of tell people it's good to be cold when you walk out the door, and then we wait until you're like a kilometer or so in before you're really judging how you're feeling. If you're hot when you walk out the door, I think you're probably wearing too much clothing. But at the same time, if you're fully exposed, we want to, again, and not well tanned, we want to have that consideration that your body's going to absorb more heat. So having really light, breathable clothing can be helpful. A lot of people will run with a hat, and again, the same thing goes about like how a hat keeps heat in the winter time. It can shield heat from kind of absorbing in. So and they make all sorts of really lightweight like runners hats and that stuff. Again, some of that's going to be personal preference, and it just depends on like how you feel with it. But it should be a consideration. I definitely, when I'm running, also really think about putting on like sunscreen and that kind of stuff, because again, like something that can protect the body from absorbing all of that and having your body deal with like getting a sunburn at the same time as enduring a hard run is something to consider. And especially if you're putting on a mileage, you don't want to like totally bake yourself. But hopefully that's helpful. Like I said, I think beat the heat is probably the best one. Is like getting up early and trying to get ahead of the sun and seeing where we go from there. I hope that's helpful for you guys, and we'll see you out on the roads running.